Hi Aries. Okay, so your ruling planet Mars, planet of energy, sex, red hot passions, is gonna retrograde this year, but you're gonna have a lot of luck in your professional life and in your career sector, but you're also gonna have to work for it. Hi guys, I'm Valerie Mesa. I'm an astrologer and I'm gonna be talking to you about what 2020 has in store for you according to your zodiac sign. January. On January 10th, we have a lunar eclipse in the area related to your home, family, sense of security. It's going to be in Cancer. So this is going to touch up on this area of your life. Everything that has to do with perhaps changing up your living space, if not moving out entirely, focusing on your loved ones, the emotional stability in your life. A lot of you were deeply invested in family matters throughout 2019. And if you did the work, I think things are going to start to get better for you. This actually reminds me of Kourtney Kardashian and basically the conversations that she was having with her sisters in terms of wanting to film, keeping up, and not wanting to film. She's thinking about her own boundaries and whether or not this is something that emotionally fulfills her. So good for you, Kourtney, you're doing the work. Okay, so now on January the 12th, Saturn and Pluto are going to meet in Capricorn. This is major. This conjunction is serious. Saturn is the planet of limits, karma, structure. This is going to level you up, push you to basically be the best version of yourself. Pluto wants you to destroy what no longer serves you. And this is going to help you get to the core of what your soul aspirations are, what your true calling is, Aries. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do with your life? You're good at so many things. Get it together. March. On March 22nd, Saturn, planet of limits, structures, foundations, he is going to enter Aquarius for a little bit until July, because in July he's going to go back into your career sector. But for the time being, Saturn wants to help you clean house in terms of your social spheres, your sense of belonging in the world. Who are you hanging out with? Are the people in your life inspiring you? Are you hanging out with like-minded individuals and groups? Are you working towards your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams? This is going to be a really interesting energy, and it's going to give you like a little bit of a prelude of what's to come when he goes into Aquarius officially in July. April. All right, Aries, April. So on April the 4th, Jupiter is going to conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is going to happen 3 times throughout the year. It's going to happen in June and it's going to happen in November as well. And this is going to give you like a little supercharged boost of energy in your career sector. Pay close attention to these moments. They're going to give you kind of like a really powerful inspiration. You're going to wake up and be like on go mode. So take advantage of this energy. Everything related to your professional goals, Aries, go get them. May. Okay, so in May, Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, she's gonna retrograde in Gemini. Venus has everything to do with money, finances, pleasure. She's gonna retrograde in Gemini until June 25th. Now, things related to your communication style, your immediate circles, your immediate environment, perhaps even your siblings, this is a time for you to be extra mindful of who and what you're communicating. If you're signing contracts related to money, be very careful. I don't suggest that you do that during this time. I also don't suggest that people get makeovers or decide to like do something wild to their hair when Venus is retrograde, because the planet of love and beauty is not working well, and neither will your look. June. Okay, so on June 5th, there's going to be a lunar eclipse, which these bring intense changes. Lunar eclipses bring endings. It's going to happen at 15 degrees Sagittarius in the area of your expansion, travel, education. So themes related to the way that you share your voice with the rest of the world. Remember, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Jupiter right now is in your career sector. So the way that you're venturing into unknown territory and taking those leaps of faith might very well revolve around your career. So pay attention to that. This could be a culmination of something really, really powerful. Now on the 18th, Mercury will retrograde. Mercury retrogrades every year about 3 to 4 times a year. And this year, it's going to retrograde in water signs. This is happening for you in the area of your home, your family. So it's a good time to reflect, revisit, reassess things in the home front. Notice there's been a lot happening for you in your career and in your home life. So there's a lot of themes here for you related to the way that you feel at your core, your inner foundation. So reflect on that, Aries. Now, on the 21st of June, there's going to be a solar eclipse, once again in the area of home and family, new beginnings, new chapters, again, in terms of your emotional stability, your foundation, and your work-life balance. This actually reminds me of Lady Gaga. We haven't seen her for a while, ever since A Star Is Born, and I really hope that she comes back and she gives us something really special, because you know how she is, and I'm just waiting for that. She's gonna just be like, boom, like how all you guys are, especially Aries. We need that fire, Lady Gaga. We missed you. July. So on July, there's going to be a lunar eclipse. Once again, this is the last lunar eclipse in your career zone, Aries. This is a culmination. This is when you're going to start to get situated in your professional life, especially after everything that you've been working internally. Because if you're not emotionally fulfilled and you don't have a solid foundation, how do you expect to give the rest of the world something good? You know, we need to be good here before we can share that with the rest of the world, right? September. In September, here's when it gets funky. So Mars, your ruling planet, once again is going to retrograde until November, Aries. Now, during this time, I don't suggest that anybody goes into the operating table. If you don't have a choice, then you have to do what you have to do. But because Mars has to do with blood and war, things related to plastic surgery, getting operated, all of those things are not suggested during this time. Instead, I suggest you reflect on your passions, your energy levels, your identity, the way that you want your brand to look. What do you want your brand to be about? November. All right, now in November, there's going to be a lunar eclipse on the 30th in 8 degrees Gemini. Now, this is really important because the true node, the north node, which is the compass of the universe, like I like to call it, is going to enter Gemini and Sagittarius. So Geminis and Sagittariuses are going to be feeling that a lot. And this is going to touch on the area of your communication, your immediate circles, the way that you express yourself, your voice, your perspective, your thoughts, the way that you even post something on social media, believe it or not. But this is going to be a culmination, perhaps maybe a conversation that you had with a sibling or someone in your immediate environment. December. In December, there's going to be a total solar eclipse on the 14th at 23 degrees Sagittarius. And this is going to help you make a decision. This is going to be a new chapter in terms of the way that you can expand your skills, the skills that you've obtained, what you've learned, what you've gathered. Remember, Gemini is the information and the data that we gather. Sagittarius is the way that we spread that with the rest of the world. So this is a chance for you to expand those skills in terms, maybe you decide to go back to school, education, travel, maybe you do like a study abroad program. Take that leap of faith, Aries. There's so much happening for you this year. You need to believe in yourself. Now, on the 17th of December, Saturn officially is going to enter Aquarius until 2023. This is huge. Saturn is actually Aquarius's original co-ruler. And during this time, this is a good time for you to really focus on your social responsibilities and your individuality in the world. How do you want to share those different colors that you have within you with the rest of the world? Remember, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, Aries. Now, on the 19th of December, Jupiter is going to join Saturn in Aquarius, and this is going to bring you lots of luck in terms of your friendships, your connections, your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams. These two coming together, this is going to be so powerful. And on the 21st, they're actually going to conjunct, they're going to meet together. So think about the way that you want to influence the world, Aries. What do you want to do? How do you want to share all of the amazing fiery gifts that you have with the rest of the world? We need it. Share it with us. Just want to let you guys know that these are general predictions for 2020 for all 12 zodiac signs. However, if you're looking for something more specific, feel free to follow my Instagram handle below. Send me your exact time, date, and location of birth so we can look at a more accurate assessment. But in the meantime, I'm wishing you all a fabulous 2020 with lots of blessing and prosperity. Bye.
Si se quieren...
Tengo un anuncio. Se tienen que suscribir.
Sí, por favor, suscríbanse.
Suscríbanse.
La verdad que si se quieren estar enterados de todo lo que está pasando en el mundo del entretenimiento...
Suscríbanse.
Ajá, suscríbanse.